I am not okay, and I'm not making this video to be like, oh, woe is me, look at how dramatic I can be. I'm not doing it for that, you know. Honestly, I'm doing it because I feel like mental health issues need to be talked about more often, you know. And if what I can say can help you, great. And if you can say something to help me, great. That's kind of why I want to put this out here. I'm gonna try to get through this video without crying, but no promises. I haven't been mentally or emotionally okay for over a week now, and I don't want to get into all the details of why I am mentally and emotionally overwhelmed, just because I don't want to. I have a lot of hurt in me that has not been dealt with. God, that's gonna make me cry. Whenever there are certain situations with people, that stirs up the hurt that I have already that hasn't been dealt with, and then it just becomes way too much, and it just gets really heavy. I don't know what to do besides curl up in a ball on my bed and just cry. I have childhood trauma that has not been dealt with yet, and it's like I know that I have it, but I don't know what to do about it. Honestly, I was like, I kind of want to go like talk to a therapist, and honestly, I should probably call somebody because this is just a lot. And so I think I'm gonna do that, like for real, because I'm tired of this. I'm tired of being mentally and emotionally overwhelmed like all the time. And it's not all the time, but like it's enough that I'm like, bro, I should go talk to somebody. What I do know, I have the Lord with me. And even yesterday I was going through the Bible, because I'm going through the Bible in a year, and if you have never gone through the Bible in a year, I highly suggest you do it. It's amazing to go through the Bible on your own time and to get stuff that is applicable for the life season that you're in. Yesterday I was fine. The majority of the day I was okay enough that I wasn't being overwhelmed, but then I was just sitting on my bed looking at Instagram. It was a slow creep of just overwhelmedness, you know, like it just started and just took over me to the point where I was taken out, so to speak, for like a good hour, 2 hours. And I just cried and sat and honestly wished that I was dead. I could never do that to myself. Like I would never off myself. Like I could not bring myself to do that, but I just wished that I could have just died in that moment and just went home to be with the Lord, to just get out of this mess, get out of this life, get out of this everything, and to just go home and be with the Lord in perfection. That is what I'm looking forward to. But the Lord did not see fit to let me die last night, so because I'm still here. But he did speak to me through a couple of the verses of the Psalms, and I just want to share those verses with you because they really helped me. Like it really freaking helped me. So I was like, praise Jesus. The first one is like basically the whole psalm. It's Psalm 69, and the first part of it, it says, "Save me, O God, for the waters have come up to my neck. I sink in deep mire where there is no standing. I have come into deep waters where the floods overflow me. I am weary with my crying. My throat is dry. My eyes fail while I wait for my God." That first set of verses described me in that moment. I was like, bro, you are literally describing me to a T. I am being overflown. I am being overwhelmed by the things going on in my life. But then further down in the psalm, starting in verse 13, it says, "But as for me, my prayer is to you, O Lord, in the acceptable time, O God, in the multitude of your mercy. Hear me in the truth of your salvation. Deliver me out of the mire and let me not sink. Let me be delivered from those who hate me and out of the deep waters. Let not the flood water overflow me. nor let the deep swallow me up, and let not the pit shut its mouth on me. Hear me, O Lord, for your loving kindness is good. Turn to me according to the multitude of your tender mercies. I was getting blinder by the second. Okay, here we go. And do not hide your face from your servant, for I am in trouble. Hear me speedily. Draw near to my soul and redeem it. Deliver me because of my enemies. And that set of verses, I was like, Lord, thank you. Thank you, Jesus, because honestly, I needed that. I was like, bro, the Lord is good and he will help me. He is always there for me. He's going to help me. And so I was like, I needed that. In Psalm 71 verse 14, it says, but I will hope continually. I have the Lord in my heart and in my life, so I can hope continually regardless of my circumstances going on. So good. And then the last verse is Psalm 73 verse 26, and it's the first part of 26. It says, but it is good for me to draw near to God. And that right there, that was extremely helpful as well, because I was like, yo, it is good for me to get into the presence of the Lord. And honestly, it was, because I was very much overwhelmed for a long time last night. So much crying. But once I stopped crying and then got into the word and got into the presence of the Lord, like, it was good for me. It was so good. And something else that I realized yesterday, two things actually. So the first thing, I don't know if I have coping skills. Like, honestly, like, I feel like I have some, but like not enough, because I was very stuck being overwhelmed and I was like, I have no idea how to get out of this. Do I not have coping skills? I don't think I do. Either that or I don't have the right coping skills or enough coping skills. Like, I don't know. But apparently I need to learn how to cope better. The second thing that I learned is that God is our ultimate healer. Like, he is going to be the one to heal us. Like, come heaven, we will be 100% healed from everything. And I'm like, I cannot wait for that day. Like, let's go. But then I was realizing, well, I think the Lord helped me to realize it, you know, because part of me is like, this is my problem. I need to just bring it to the Lord, because the Lord is the one who's going to help me, which is true, you know, that is a fact. But also, if I had a broken arm, then I would go to a doctor. I wouldn't just be like, oh Lord, please heal my arm, because yeah, sure, ultimately he can freaking heal my arm, but he has provided us with doctors to help us, you know. I feel slightly guilty for wanting to go to therapy, because I feel like that's saying that the Lord is not enough, but he is enough. But like, he provides through people, so it's okay, you know. Therapy is okay. Just because I'm a Christian doesn't mean that I can't go to therapy, as much as if just because I'm a Christian and I have a broken arm doesn't mean I can't go to the doctor. That's just kind of something that I learned, that the Lord like revealed to me, is that it's okay. I can have both Jesus and therapy at the same time. In conclusion, I am not okay, and that's okay. You know, I know that one day I will be okay, and therapy is okay. I mean, I hope that this video is helpful for you. If you've been through this stuff and you could share it with me, like, please comment it. Let's help each other out here, you know, like, let's have conversation. I thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time.